Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. There's been discussion in the community regarding what would a petition for post-conviction relief look like in the event Mr. Koberger decides to file such a petition. And this is simply a discussion. There is no indication that he is going to file a petition, any type of appeal of his sentence. But in any event, if Mr. Koberger was going to file a petition for post-conviction relief, the form is on our community page for our YouTube channel. I've included a link in the description to this podcast episode. And there's a series of questions that the petitioner, and this would be Mr. Koberger, would have to allege. For example, if you look at page 1, it states what's the place of detention if in custody. In Mr. Koberger's case, it would be the Idaho Department of Corrections. And then the individual is asked for the name and location of the court that imposed the judgment and sentence. And here it would be Ada County, Idaho. Asks for the case number, the offense or offenses for which the sentence was imposed, the date on which the sentence was imposed. In this case, it would be July 23rd, 2025. The terms of the sentences, and this would be for count 1, 10 years, and then the fixed terms for counts 2, 3, 4, and 5, life sentences. Was this a plea situation, which is what Mr. Koberger's is? He pled guilty, and he also waived his rights to appeal. So that information would need to be in here. Second page asks for such information as prior to this motion, have you filed with respect to this conviction any other petitions? So they want to know if he's filed anything in state or federal court, for example, for habeas corpus. And to our knowledge, he has not, or if there's any other petitions, motions, or applications in any court challenging his sentences and or convictions. And to what we know, the answer to that would also be no. And then there's information here about ineffective assistance of counsel. If your application is based on the failure of counsel to adequately represent you, state concisely and in detail what counsel failed to do in representing your interests. And here the person would need then to be mindful of the Supreme Court's ruling in Strickland versus Washington, which we've gone over before, which says that when a person is raising ineffective assistance of counsel as a reason for post-conviction relief, they would have to show that there was some material prejudice that happened, that there was a falling under what would be the normal standards, looking at it objectively with respect to the alleged ineffective assistance of counsel. And then on the next page, there's a question, are you asking to proceed indigent? Requesting the proceeding be at the county's expense, yes or no? And then there's a question here, are you requesting the appointment of counsel to represent you in this application, yes or no? It continues to go on. It says here, the petition may be accompanied by affidavits in support if there would be an affidavit or a declaration that the person filling out the form would want to include in further support of the petition. And then finally, this needs to be notarized. So there's a section at the end, I, being fully sworn upon my oath, depose and say that I have subscribed to this petition, that I know the contents of it, and that the matters and allegations set forth are true. Person would then sign. There's a section for the notary public to go ahead and affix their information and notary seal. We, as I've mentioned, have no indication that Mr. Koberger is intending to file post-conviction relief or appeal his sentence and conviction in any way, shape, or form. We will continue to keep you posted as further developments arise. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.